Hey everybody, this is Bill and Carol's Travel Project. It's been a while. Today's video that I'm putting together, I don't know how YouTubers do this. I just kind of film things that happen in life, and after a week or so, I try to splice it all together in chronological order and just kind of show you what's going on. Well, this is a little video I put together after we came home from Tiburon. We spent 2.5 glorious months up there in the mountains. And I'll show you what we came home to and what we've been dealing with. So, it is what it is. Okay, we were gone for 2 months. And we come home and we find this. You see the carpet, and it was wet, and there's like some kind of, I don't know if that's mold. I don't know what I'm seeing really. It came out here because it's underneath this basket, and now we went ahead and put a fan on it last night, try to dry it out some. Yeah, so I Googled it to look for a mold remediation company, and I found one called ServPro. A guy came out and evaluated what we had. He recommended we turn that fan off until we did some atmospheric testing and see what kind of mold we're dealing with. The type of mold we're dealing with will dictate the precautions that we need to take to remediate this. On the outside of the house, I don't really know what I'm looking. So the ground's wet. The sprinkler system's ran, on a timer for the last 2 months. But if you look at, I don't know, some of the grout, I don't know if it's showing up here, but it's black. It's black, and it should be gray. I think that's some kind of mold as well. Of course, there's my dog. I don't know. Yeah, so if finding mold in your bedroom's not bad enough, I decided to go mow the lawn. All 4 tires of this tractor lawnmower were flat. I went to Tractor Supply, bought 4 brand new tires, took 4 days to put them on, messed up the whole shop, but I'm back in business. Yeah, so I called a testing company out of Lubbock, King Consultants, and they came in and did some air tests, and they took some swab tests of the mold, sent it off, and of course mine, they say, oh, it'll be overnight, but of course mine got lost for about a week, the returns, the results, but we got the results, and it came back as like, there's mold. It's kind of mostly a normal mold, but there was small traces of some other mold. Don't ask me the name. It's all some kind of psyllin of some kind. Small traces of some toxic mold, which dictates that some hazmat measures be taken during the process. ServPro, they came in and they installed their hazmat barriers, and so they could start the work. And then once they got that constructed, they cut out what they call a 2-foot flood cut, where they cut 2 foot off the bottom of my whole wall on that side so they could see what was affected by the mold. It didn't look terrible. There was some on the bottom board, but once they found out what it was, they removed the insulation from the wall, threw it away, and they ran about 3 fans, a dehumidifier, an air scrubber. They ran that in that room for 4 days. They would come back every day and they would stick a probe into the wood just to see how wet it was. It took 4 days to dry out before they could continue the decontamination. I'm almost embarrassed to show this, but this is our garage. This is everything out of our bedroom. Normally, we keep Carol's car and one motorcycle in here, but we had to move it all. And yeah, so it looks like our remediation team is in there tearing out the walls. Here's what they've got. They've got everything contained. Okay, I'm in the confined space, looking at my wall. Here's something interesting. I don't see anything terrible. There's some wet wood there, and that black stuff is some kind of barrier. But here's my question. How come there's none down there? That's weird. So the wood's kind of dark right there. The studs look pretty good. That tack board looks like it's been wet. I don't know about that. Yeah, so here's what happens when you come home from vacation. You got to shave off your beard so the doctor can freeze off a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so after getting home and finally got the lawn mowed, we gave Ginger a little sprinkler time, man. This has got to be her favorite thing on earth. So, yeah, you saw kind of what we came home to, that our carpet in our bedroom was wet. There was some mold. It's kind of raining out here now. Let me just show you. We're still living in this baby right here. Yeah, I'm glad we've got this because, yeah, we contacted a company called ServPro. They're a flood, fire, mold remediation company. And they came and they looked, and we had the mold tested and the air tested, and I don't know if you can see me very good. Yeah, they said that needs to be cleaned up. So they've came in there and cut a piece of the wall out. They put up confined space containment stuff, and they're actually, it's cleaned up now. They ran some fans in there. I can't find a good spot where you can see. They ran fans, and they had a big giant dehumidifier. Right now there's an air scrubber going and just circulating the air through a HEPA filter. And now we've been home for a couple of weeks, so this has been going on for a while. They've got it cleaned up, and they have, in fact, what they call encapsulated. In other words, all those studs that were wet, they cleaned them up, and they actually painted and put some kind of barrier on there. And now I have to get it retested. So, you know, nothing happens fast. So it's going to be a couple days. They're going to come out and retest. And then if everything tests out good, like no mold in the air and all that, then we can continue. We can take down the barrier. I mean, it's still got plastic and everything. We can't even get in back. Well, I could go back there into that room, but yeah, it's just not convenient. We need to leave it that way until it tests clear. Now it'll happen Wednesday. He's going to test it, but we won't get the results of those tests until Thursday. And it always puts you right up against the weekend. And they have a recon team that are supposed to come in and then rebuild everything. So we've sort of, along with this project, of course, we lost all the carpet in that room. It's gone. So we decided we're just going to recarpet the whole house, and at the same time while we got that carpet out of there. So I don't know how much longer we'll have to live in that motorhome. I mean, I don't mind it. It's pretty comfortable out there, but that's what's going on right now. When you live in your motorhome for a while, there comes a time it gets full of poop, and you gotta come. Nice little old city park. Maybe it's a county park. I don't know. For well, it's for $3. You can come and dump here. However, I think this place here already been robbed. Look here. Well, you see there's a lock, but it's broken. There ain't nothing in there. So, yeah, I don't know. Still, you gotta do what you gotta do. They've also got really some nice camp spots over there. I think you can stay there 14 days. And it's something like, I don't know, $15 a night. And they got full hookups over there. Yeah, so yeah, we had the testing done. We got it all clear. This room is clean, the air is clean. There's no more mold spores anywhere. Let me just show you where we ended up right now. I told you they had encapsulated everything. You know, they came in here, they dried everything out, and then they actually took a little wire wheel grinder, and they cleaned all the black. I mean, they buffed it down to it was clean wood. And after that, then they came in and they called it encapsulating, but they painted it. Here in the bathroom as well. So I guess if there's any kind of mold that didn't clean up, they've now they've sealed it in the wood. It's not accessible to the atmosphere. And now my insurance company, Safeco, part of Fidelity, I called them, and man, they worked right. They paid it for the demolition. Now we're starting phase 2, which is the reconstruction, and all that's still tied up in litigation. I don't know, the insurance has to approve it, and then we'll get started. Here, just around the room, this was full of carpet. We're going to put a new flooring in there. We're going to put a new flooring through the whole house. All right, Carol's gone for the weekend. She went to spend the weekend with her sister. Yeah. So yeah, Ginger and I, we're here. Let's see if we can see. We got some steaks and some sausage going. Yeah, we're going to do all right. Yeah, so today we got a little Dallas Cowboy football, and I'll show you what else is going on. Let me crank this up a little. Yeah, we're exercising the old generator out here. I gotta close that door. That thing ain't real quiet. But I got it running on 3 air conditioners in the motorhome, working it out a little bit. You gotta shut that door so it'll be quieter. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click on that little bell so you'll be notified anytime I make a video that you can tune in. I realize that this video wasn't high adventure, but trust me, something's coming up you're going to want to see, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.